a lot of my friends unfortunately went out of business. I mean, I felt the siren call, the go lay down in the snow and go to sleep. And I just had a couple of mentors that said, you can do this.
We have Michael Bolick, who is a master entrepreneur, a huge part of the ecosystem of Greenville for entrepreneurs, a big leader in the community. Take us back to your first business. It's a nanotechnology business. You're growing it, and you have a bit of a boomerang situation. Tell us about how that business came together and then ultimately exited.
Certainly. Well, I think I've been blessed to be surrounded by a lot of people working hard with me, and we've been very fortunate to have some success. It started with basically a desire on my part to start my own business. I was here in town. I was an executive with a pharmaceutical firm and didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to start my own business. So I found a technology available for licensing at Clemson. It was a nanomaterials technology, and I had been working as a chemical engineer. So we built a business plan. We got support from angel investors, from SCRA, SC Launch. Really built out the plan the way you're taught to. You go to venture capital. Once you've achieved your plan, you tell them way ahead of time, and then once you're hitting your milestones, they're going to invest. And we did all that. We hit our milestones right into the teeth of 2008 and 2009.
A very tough time to hit your stride.
And a lot of my friends unfortunately went out of business. I mean, I felt the siren call, the go lay down in the snow and go to sleep. And I just had a couple of mentors that said, you can do this. Don't give up. And I was very fortunate that one of the VCs that we had talked to introduced us to an international CEO out of the UK who was looking to place a U.S. Center of Excellence. And we were very fortunate to sell the company to him in 2009.
So instead of taking the VC round that you thought you were going to take, you ended up just being able to exit the company.
Right.
But then you stayed on, right? You kept going with the new venture.
I did. As I said, I was in the corporate world for quite some time, and so I could swim in both lanes. All of our team was retained. The technology that we had licensed, ironically enough, went to the UK. And the British firm asked us to move into molecular diagnostics. We worked with the Next Center here and built a molecular diagnostics lab and built out a great capability set. Unfortunately, the Brits didn't really understand the diagnostics market, and I had not been in it, so I was following directions. But really the dynamic around moving to larger providers of that kind of service was the market dynamic we didn't fully anticipate. So the Brits decided, well, we're going to move out of the business, and so I had the chance to buy the business back.
So here you are, 2 years later?
Yeah.
They have now bought your firm, and now they're saying you can have it back, right? And I assume you got a little discount on your first.
You might say
deal.
Yeah.
So not a bad thing. You got your business back. You're going to have to make a run at it again, but this time you're making a run at it with a little bit of a pivot, right? Like you've kind of changed the product a little bit.
Absolutely. So we had great support from the city of Greenville, SCRA, SC Launch. These entities maintained their stake in the new company. My investment and my angel investors' investment stayed in the parent company in the UK. So we had an opportunity to be stewards of the investment and push in and really grow the dynamics. We had learned a great deal. We weren't fatigued, we were energized. But we're very, very fortunate. Within 6 months, we landed a very profitable contract that was driving, we were at about a $2 million run rate, and this was going to drive us into the $60 million range by the end of 18 months, and the pluses over that were significant. So we had a tiger by the tail, and I'd just say we had a great team. I was blessed to be at the right place at the right time, and we needed capital to grow to that level. But we had contracts guaranteeing the volumes of samples. As I mentioned, we had the laboratory at the Next Innovation Center here in Greenville. It was just a matter of finding the capital and growing it. So we were, again, in the city talking to institutional investors, and another venture capitalist introduced us to some folks, another British CEO who was growing a publicly traded company, very impressive company, and they approached us with an alternative offer, which was based on hitting milestones of revenue projection that we were very confident in, and turned into a great win for us and our investors.
Well, so bottom line, you started the company in a very tough time. You end up being able to exit out to to someone, but then you end up buying the company back and now exiting a second time for one of the greatest wins in that time period in the region. So congrats.
Thank you.
Super excited.
We were very blessed, no question about it. We were at the right place at the right time. So we're, it was a great part of the Greenville story.
But I also say that success is not an accident. You guys put yourself in those right spots, right?
Well, it would be easy to have quit. And our team, we all kind of pulled ourselves up and said, no, we're not going to quit. We're going to persevere. And I think God blesses those people that work real hard.
Yeah, love it. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for watching Entrepreneur Studio. I hope you've learned something today. Please subscribe to the channel so we can keep giving you new business ideas.